Recording. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the masterclass. We're just letting everybody in. Welcome to Discover How to Land Government Contracts Without Doing the Work. I am your hostess or co-hostess for tonight. As we let everybody in, I wanted to just quickly introduce our host, Wesley Fisher. Actually, it is now officially Dr. Wesley Fisher. He's a dynamic entrepreneur and government contracts expert specializing in innovative strategy of the middleman strategy. And that's why you're here. I'm super excited for this masterclass, and I hope you are too. With a background of education, and he's actually an educational school teacher for the past 8 years and demonstrated a commitment of development and special education with children, of course, and visionary leadership has led him to establish a very successful multi-million-dollar business within government contracting using the middleman strategy. And so that's what we're here to learn. I'm super excited. I hope that you're here to learn this as well too. And as we let everybody in, we have a full house today. So I want to make sure that we are on mute, and we will have some section, of course, to ask questions and unmute you as well. We'll make sure to use the chat below, and let's bring on Wesley Fisher. Dr. Wesley Fisher.
Thank you, Miss Stacia Kennedy. It says Wes Fisher, your name as well, but no, this is Miss Stacia Kennedy. Thank you again for hosting. I appreciate it. What's up, y'all? What's up? Let's get it. I see y'all. By the way, I know this is a master class, but I love seeing your guys' faces. So if you're open to it, turn your cameras on. I see I got my guy Jonathan in the house. We got an actual contracting officer with the Air Force in the house. I know he's got to head out early, so he's got about 30 minutes. So at some point, we'll have to bring him on. Let me answer some questions here. It's so good to see you guys. Ryan Perkins, I know I talked to you. What's up, man? What's up, Robin? What's up, Edward? What's up, Florence? What's up, Ray? What's up, everybody? Alvin, Miss Salis, pronounce that correct? Mr. Junior. What's up, Marco? Daniel? I'm gonna miss people, and I'm bad. Tammy, Daryl. Hey, in the chat, if you guys can help me out, put where you tuning in from. Where's everybody coming in from? If you don't know where I'm at, and some of you guys already know, I'm in Ohio, right? I'm based in Ohio, but where are you guys tuning in at? We got New York, we got Los Angeles, we got Texas, the DMV, NYC, Minnesota, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Arizona, man, y'all everywhere. All 50 states. All right, that's cool. Oh, Cleveland. What's up, Cleveland? We got Cleveland house. All right, there we go. All right, y'all. Well, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm gonna give you guys some value. Like I said, tonight is a free masterclass, and what I learned from my mentor is we just gonna give as much value as possible and just give you guys the game. If you follow me on TikTok, put TikTok in the chat. If you follow me on YouTube, put YouTube. I'm just curious too. So how do you guys find me? That's interesting. So what I want to do, guys, real quick, and I want to take a lot of your time. This is the hour. I'm gonna go over who I am, how I got to where I got to do, what I'm doing in government contracting, how I do government contracting, and then answer you guys some questions. Maybe you guys are interested. Maybe you guys, have a cage code in your, actually put a 3 in the chat. And again, if you don't know what this is, don't worry about it. But if you have a cage code, like you are registered on sam.gov and you have a cage code, okay, we got a bunch of threes. Now I'm only gonna make this assumption. I'm assuming you haven't submitted yet. You haven't submitted your first proposal yet. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but I'm gonna get you together. Okay, a lot of people said no. Ryan, you shake your head no. Okay, cool. Now also put it in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you don't even have an LLC yet. You want to get into government contracting, you don't even have an LLC yet. Put a 1 in the chat. And some of y'all like, what the heck is a cage code? Okay, so as y'all can see, some people are spamming the 1. As y'all can see, we got people from the very beginning, and we got people on the 1 yard line, just got to push it in for their first contract. So I'm gonna do my best to address everyone as best I can. Okay, so please be patient with me. So just so you guys know, I was a school teacher. I taught special education for 8 years here in Ohio. I was a school teacher up until COVID, and before I made my entrepreneur change to do something different. And you know what's funny, y'all? I don't really have a presentation. Like I'm just gonna share my screen and get right into it. But it was funny. I was gonna like make some slides, and I was like, you know what? That's not really how Wes rolls. I was like, let's just pull up his Facebook. I was just like, let's just pull myself up. And you know what's funny? Because I was like, let me show you guys really quickly, you know, who Wes Fisher is, just so you know, like, who you're talking to. Like, yes, I was a school teacher. If you want to know, like, what I did, I was basically teaching special education. I worked with students with disabilities. I worked as a transition coordinator. I helped kids with special needs either transition to higher ed. I worked with seniors. I worked with juniors and seniors. And I did that for 8 years, guys. It's been a great career working in education. As you can see, I've worked with the governor. I've worked with a lot of different people when it comes to education here in Ohio. And that was my history, guys. That's what I'm trying to say is I love what I do. So I don't want to throw down any job. I don't want people to like, well, everyone go be an entrepreneur tomorrow. It's like, no, I love what I did. I was an educator and I 100% love what I did. Now, however, education didn't pay as much, right? Education was nice, but I was like, I want to do something different. I want to get into something different. I want to actually broaden my horizons. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always had the mindset of being an entrepreneur. And I realized, you know, near when COVID happened, everybody went home. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go figure out something to hustle. So let me show you what I did. Let me see if I have the picture here. I can show you guys the proof here. If you don't know what this might make more sense for people. If you don't know what that is, anyone know what that is? Any of my hustlers know what that is? Put it in the chat if you know what that is. If you don't know what it is, it's all good. Yeah, I flipped pallets. I was flipping pallets. So here it is. I was school teaching for 8 years. And near when COVID happened, I was like, I want to do something different. I want to make more money. And I'm saying this because if you guys are interested in like government contracting as a side hustle, first of all, government contracting is not a side hustle. It's a full-time deal. But if you looked at government contracting and you was like, man, maybe I can like do government contracting to make some money. I was like you. I was looking at Amazon. I was looking at Turo. I was looking at Airbnb. I was looking at day trading. I was looking at investing. I was researching all these courses, and I like saved up $5,000, and I was like, I'm going to buy a course doing something. And you know what's funny? The last one I came across was Palace. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's the one. Which is crazy to me, but it actually worked out. I got into Palace. As you can see, is my Facebook. This is my truck. Like literally, y'all. This is my truck right here. Like this is the truck I got. This is what I was doing. I made good money too, by the way. And to start it off real quick, this is how I learned the middleman strategy, right? Now, don't get me wrong. This is how I learned the middleman strategy, meaning that I was a middleman. I took a course by a guy named John, paid for the course, went out and bought a truck, went out and bought the course, went out and invested his money. But I was like, whoa, these pallets, I would go down the street and get them. I don't know if I got any pallet flippers in the house. I don't know if I had any pallet flippers in the house, but these pallets, I would go down the street to a company and I'd get them for free. Everything on this truck right here, I got for free. And then I would take them down the street to another company and I would sell them to a different company who needed a pallet. So we got somebody who got so many pallets, they're throwing them away. And then you got one company. And yeah, y'all, this night is not about getting the pallets. Don't get it twisted. It's not about getting the pallets. But I want to give you an idea of I was just the guy in the middle. And I made 6 figures doing this, just flipping pallets. But what I realized is that there's a couple of things. One, if you don't know, I live in Ohio. In Ohio, it gets very cold. So in the winter months, it sucked. I was like, I'm not going to do this for long. One winter, I was like, there's no way. My truck's not moving. I'm not going outside. Another thing I realized when I left and went on vacation, as you can see, I did go on vacation, have some fun, do some things with the wife and did all that. When I left, my truck wasn't moving and I wasn't making any money. So do we have any business owners? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm just curious. If you're a business owner and you realize, okay, wait a second, if I'm not there, I don't make money. See, you want to be a business owner, but you're actually like a job owner. I realized real quick, I was a job owner. I wasn't a business owner. I thought I was a business owner, but really you own a job. So that truck, even though it made 6 figures in a year, I did it for 1 year. I was like, this is cool. I made good money, but I gotta go find something different. So then luckily, if you guys know my story, my guy, Jason White, shout him out, love him to death, came across a guy named Jason White who said, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to do government contract in the middleman style. He was in my local city and I paid for an all-day workshop to go see him. This is like a little over 2 years ago. And I said, when I saw government contracting, y'all, I was like, this is it. This is it. I said, this is the deal. This is the deal. When I left that room with him, got my LLC like the next day or maybe the next week, got his program, got in his mentorship. And then 30 days later, I won my first contract in government contracting 30 days later. And then the month after that, I won another contract. And then the month after that, I won another contract. And then about a month and a half every single one, I won another contract. Now, 2 years in, I won 14 contracts. I've been awarded over $2.8 million in government contract. And that's me about $35K a month. But that's what I did. And y'all know what's crazy? I kind of blazed by that part because my students are doing way more than me now. But anyway, y'all are here because y'all want to find out how you can do it, right? Put me in the chat. Like, Wesley, that's cool for you. What about me, right? All right, I see y'all. I'm looking at all y'all faces, by the way. I see y'all. I said, what's in it for me, Wes? Tell us the game. So, y'all, and sorry, by the way, if I'm fire hosing y'all with information, I only got 1 hour. That's why I'm talking fast. And I typically always talk fast. But I'm gonna get you guys the information. I'm gonna show you guys how to get started with this. And let me see what I want to do first. Yeah, before I talk about, let's do SAM.gov. Let's do SAM.gov real quick. Let me go here. So I know I got beginner people. I don't want to lose you guys in the back. So let me do this first for my new people. Let me not lose people. Let me make it real simple. Okay. So now 2 years later, as you guys know, I don't even got to really put stuff on the screen. Life is obviously different. I just explained that to you. But the way I did that was with this website called SAM.gov. If you're not familiar with SAM.gov, now you know. This is a free federal government website. And I know this sounds obvious, but if you look at my screen, it says official US government website, 100% free. Who here has paid? Be honest. Who here is paid to get on SAM.gov? Like you paid a company money to get on SAM.gov. Put a 1 in the chat if there's anybody. Hopefully not. Okay, someone said not me. Hopefully not, because I've heard a lot of horror stories. It's okay. Everyone's saying not me. Yeah, say not me if you didn't. And right now you won't. I promise you guys. SAM.gov is 100% free. I'll go live. I'll do content, and then I'll get a message. Wesley, I went to the website, and the website told me it was $2,000. I said, listen, you are at the wrong website. Everyone put it in the chat. Put sam.gov in the chat. If you don't type in sam.gov, you are at the wrong website. And there are tons of companies out there that you can pay money. And again, I'm not going to speak bad about nobody. I'm not knocking those companies. I'm just saying that if you don't know, SAM.gov is free. Like, I don't charge people to register on SAM.gov because it's free. Okay. Now I'm just good. Some of y'all are like, Wesley, I know that. Move on to the next part. I promise you, some of y'all didn't know that. And some of y'all will go to Google and type in government contract in SAM.gov, and you would have clicked on the sponsor link, and you'd be thinking like, why is it charging me $2,000 for a capability statement? Why is it charging me this? Why is it charging me that? No. You don't need it. And speaking of that, let me do this real quick because I don't want to assume everybody knows. But if you're taking notes, okay, take some notes from me real quick. Take some notes. Let's be some students. There's 3 things you need to be on SAM.gov. I'm not going to dive deep into them because they're real simple. But there's 3 things you need. Number 1, you need a business. So write down step 1, business. You can write down LLC. You can write down S Corp, C Corp, whatever you want. I don't really care. I recommend an LLC. I'm not a attorney or lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, so I can't give you tax structure advice. But step 1, I say go get a company. Step 1, go get a company. Step 2, go get your EIN number. Okay. Step 2, go get your EIN number. If you don't have an EIN number, you're technically not really in business. Like some people will go set up an LLC, but then they don't have an EIN number. Or some people will go get an EIN number first and then go get an LLC. You're doing it backwards. I don't know how people even get away with that, but you're doing it backwards. You probably got an EIN number as a sole prop. You don't know, but go get an LLC first, then go get an EIN number. Okay. That's step one. That's step two. You ready for step three? Step three, go over to sam.gov and get registered on sam.gov for free and go get your cage code. Okay. Now, within getting registered on sam.gov, there's UEI numbers, a bunch of other codes, and we'll explain that stuff. You know, you guys join the 5-day, whatever, we'll explain that stuff. But I want to be very clear, and this might be controversial, but notice what I said you didn't need. Now, I want to be very clear. Listen to me closely. Notice what I said you didn't need. Did I say anything about a DUNS number? Yes or no? Nope. A lot of people, I got my DUNS number. I got to go get my DUNS number. Nope. They got rid of the DUNS number back in April of 2022. So if you don't know what a DUNS number is, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Move on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But if you do know what it is, you no longer need it anymore. Now, did I say anything about a capability statement? Who here thinks they need a capability statement to do government contracting? Okay. Alvin, yeah, you think so? Put in the one in chat if you think I need to go make a I need to go make a cap statement or capability statement first before I do any government contracting. Okay. Okay. I love, hey, John, I love people. People are being, honest. Guys, I've been doing government contracting for 2 years. As you guys heard my numbers, awarded over $2.8 million. I don't have a capability statement. You don't need one. And you guys are probably wondering, like, why? Well, I'm explaining. You don't need a capability statement. And again, I'm talking about getting started right now. So I took the DUNS number off your list. I took the capability statement off your list. Now watch this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you need a website or you even have a website for your government contracting business. What's up, Morgan? What's up? Okay, we got a bunch of ones. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Tammy? What's up, Alex? Someone said it helps, but no. Brandon said it helps, but no. People are saying I have one. People are putting ones in the chat. All right, watch this, y'all. Again, I'm giving y'all speed right, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I do not have a website. And I would say 99.9%, probably 100% of my students, we don't have a website. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is you don't need a website, because I know you don't completely understand the middleman concept yet, and I'm going to explain it as best I can tonight, but I'm going to tell you this. As a middleman, I've done Catholic services. I've done chimney cleaning. I've done landscaping. I've done small scale construction. I've done tri-cleaning. And as a middleman, right now we're going after a contract in Hong Kong. What are you going to put on a website? If you're a middleman and you're a true middleman, what are you going to put in the capability statement? What are you going to put in the website? So long story short, if you're taking notes, remember, these are things you don't need. You don't need a CAPE statement. You don't need a website. You don't need a DUNS number. Now, this one's a little controversial. It's a little controversial. But when you register on sam.gov, did I say anything about a business bank account? Now, again, listen, hold on. Before y'all, I'm not saying like go put your personal bank account and go make money on your personal bank account. No, that's not smart. You got to have business and personal separate. But what I'm saying is when you register on sam.gov, like when I registered over 2 years ago, I put my personal bank account on there only because I wanted to go fast. Who here put 30 in the chat if you want to win your first government contract in 30 days or less? Put 30 in the chat. Morgan raised her hand. Donald raises his hand. 30 days or less. Okay, to win your first contract in 30 days or less, you got to stop thinking about the stuff that's going to slow you down. People are like, I got to go get my business bank account set up. I got to go get a capability statement. And they be working on that for 3 months. You don't need a business bank account. Yeah, whatever account you put on sam.gov, that's where they're going to pay you. So what I did was, and guys, if something is like fire or it's sauce, like this is like some good stuff, put a fire emoji in the chat. This is helping you. But what I did, is I put my personal bank account on sam.gov. And like I told you, I won my first contract in 30 days. After I won my first contract, I went ahead and opened up a business bank account. And I went up to sam.gov and I just updated it. because I already had businesses. And I was just like, I don't really want to open up another business account, pay another fee. Let me see if this SAM.gov stuff going to work. And then I got me a business bank account. I hope this is blowing y'all mind. Like we haven't even got into the material yet. But anyway, before we even hop into material, John, you got 10 minutes, right? You got a little more than 10 minutes? Okay. Because what I want to do before I even hop into SAM.gov, man, I'm thinking is like, I want you guys to really understand the middleman concept as I teach it. And I also have a contracting officer here. He doesn't work for me, not employed by me, nothing like that. People say crazy stuff like he's got to work for you. How? But anyway, I'm gonna tell you real quick, guys. Here's so you guys took your notes. So the 3 things you needed was LLC, EIN number, register on SAM. Things you don't need: no website, no capability statement, no business bank account, no DUNS number, no website. I said that. There was something else, but it'll come to me. All right. So okay. So let me give you guys one more overview, and I'm gonna have Ʀᴏ say a few words. I want to talk about the middleman concept. The way I teach the middleman concept is you guys need to understand there's 3 ways of doing government contract. Actually, there's a lot of ways of doing it, but there's 3 major ways of doing government contracting. Okay. Oh, thank you. Physical. Oh, but someone said, but do you need a physical address? Good question. Yes. Thank you. You need a physical address. Put it in the chat. Do not use a virtual address for your LLC. Do not. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible to get on SAM.gov with a virtual address. I know people who have did it. It's just, it's difficult. As Ʀᴏ is going to say here soon, the government wants to know where you reside. They want to know where to find you. This is, guys, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is a home-based business. I know a lot of those credit card gurus tell you like, don't use your home address. You do this, do that, and all this stuff. Listen, nothing wrong with that. That stuff works, but this is a home-based business. Use your home address. In the state of Ohio, when it comes to registered agent, I'm my own registered agent. But if you do, so let me say this real quick, guys. There's 3 major ways of doing government contracting, and write this down as well. So you got the 3 things you need to do. So everyone got their 3 things, right? LLC, EIN number, SAM.gov. Okay. Now write this down. There's 3 ways of doing government contracting, and you're going to choose one. And notice I said you're going to choose one. Number 1, put prime. Put prime doing the work. So number 1, you can be a prime doing the work. So you could be doing government contracting. Who here is a business owner? If you're a business owner, put a 1 in the chat, meaning like you own a janitorial company, you own a landscaping company, you own a trucking company, you do trucking, you got your you do hot shot, all that good stuff. Okay, so one way of doing government contracting is you can be a prime doing the work, meaning that you can bid on a contract and then you physically fulfill it, meaning you go out there and you go swing the hammer, or you hire employees to swing the hammer. Nothing wrong with it. It's all cool in the game. That's one way of doing government contracting, okay? That's 1. Now, I'm going to skip the second one real quick. I want you to put a 3. So we got 1 prime contractor doing the work. Now put a 3. The third way of doing government contracting is you can be a consultant. So write down consultant. So number 3, and this is a sex one. People love this one, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you some information. So number 3, you can be a consultant, meaning that you can be a high paid consultant. You can go to some big, large corporation and say, hey, I know how to win government contracts. Give me all your information. Give me your resumes. Give me your staff list. Give me all your company info. I'm going to take your information in the SAM.gov, win you a contract. I'm not going to be attached to it at all because you're not a prime. And as a consultant, you're not attached to it at all. And I'm going to win that company a multi-million-dollar contract. And I just write about agreement. They pay me like 1%. That's pretty cool, right? Anybody want to do that? That's a pretty sexy, like, hold on, I have Wesley, you're not attached to it at all. I'm just a consultant. Yes. So number 3, you can be a high paid consultant. The only negative about that is you have to know how to win contracts. So it's hard to start as a consultant. If you don't know how to win a contract, it's hard to start there. Okay. It's hard to start there. All right. Now I'm going to give you guys number 2. So remember, number 1, you're the prime doing the work. Number 3, you're the high paid consultant. And then number two, you are the middleman. So what's a middleman? As you can see, it's in the middle. As a middleman, I like to say it's the best of both worlds. As a middleman, I'm still a prime. Everyone put prime in the chat, prime. Because some people don't know what that word means. It's all good. Some people think, oh, as a middleman, I'm the sub. No. Put prime in the chat. You are the prime. That means you are the person, you are the person who owns the contract. And then as a middleman, we choose to partner with a sub to do the physical work. So as a middleman, it's the best of both worlds. I'm still the prime, so it's my government contract, but it's also a little bit somewhat like consulting, but not, because I'm partnering with a company to help me fulfill the contract. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm adding value to it. I'm management. I'm making sure things are happening. And I want to be very clear, guys. People say that word passive all the time. Government contracting is not passive. This is not a pass. Just throw that word out the window. I know you think like, well, Wesley, can you win a 5-year contract and get paid over and over and over again? Yes, but you are going to work. Like, this is not a passive deal. What you do in government contracting with any business, make your money here and then go put your money in some passive investments. That's passive. Passive means you don't got to do nothing. So this is not passive. But number two, you are the middleman. So I'm gonna go through Sam here in a minute, but Curbs, man, speak to him, man. I know he's a contracting officer. So the good thing about Curbs, guys, having 2 point of views is me and him don't agree on everything. Right. We don't agree on everything. Not at all. How do I add myself to the spotlight? But it's good to hear someone who's from that point of view, man. So I know how do I want to do this? Because I know people have this all. I want to ask the most common questions to you, Curbs, and then you can whatever you want to say, man. You share.
All right.
Share.
Go for
all
it.
Right. Curbs, is a middleman illegal?
So the views I'm about to give you represent myself, not the Department of Defense or the United States Air Force in any way. So disclaimer, I'm not hired by Wes. Like, I do this all pro bono on my own accord.
Oh, and before we do that, how long have you been a contracting officer? I mean, if you can share, or whatever you can share. Like, where are you a contracting officer at, or whatever?
So I've been in the Air Force for over 13 years, and I've been in contracting for over a decade. We're going on 11 years in contracting. I've been a CO for 9 of those 11 years. 9 of those years in contracting.
And before you came back to be a CO, you were just doing what? Training other COs, correct?
Yep, I was an instructor. So I taught government contracting to the brand new folks coming in, all the military folks coming in for 3 years, taught them.
Okay. I think you know your stuff. So yeah, man. So I know a lot of people want to ask, and guys, you can drop some questions in the chat. We'll do a little bit of Q&A, but I do want to get back to sam.gov. But the question I get all the time is like, is the middleman concept like illegal? How is this legal? Don't you got to do 51% of the work? Like, how does this legal?
So so a little bit of my background real quick, so it makes sense. So I'm a blue collar guy, right? Grew up on a farm, Southern Illinois, country boy. And a lot of people who are getting into the government contracting realm are blue collar workers who have this mindset, work means physical labor for some reason. And it's a really hard mindset for them to get away from. And they forget admin work, management, and oversight is still work. And so a lot of times you'll hear people like, well, I'm not out there swinging the axe, or I'm not out there digging the hole. I'm like, I don't care. Like, are you managing? Are you providing a schedule? Are you making sure everything's done correctly? You are doing the work. And then they talk about like how to avoid a pass-through. A pass-through is very clear. It says providing a benefit to the government. So let's say Wes wins a contract and then he turns around and hands that contract over to their superintendent, and I never hear from Wes again. That is a pass-through. But if Wes is the POC and he turns around and constantly answers information for me, constantly provides updates, schedules, delivery schedules, inspections, things like that, he's providing oversight of that project, thereby adding value to the project and by not being a pass-through in that capacity.
So what about the percentage deal? Someone says 15 construction, 50% personal service. So what about this whole percent deal? What is that about?
So FAR part, actually acquisition.gov, FAR part 52219-14 speaks to limitations on subcontracting, and they have different categories. So for example, services has a 50% pass-through or 50% rate for non-similarly situated entities. So when you are on sam.gov, if you guys, perfect, right? So go to sam.gov real quick, go to a solicitation, if you don't mind, Wes.
Yeah, I got you.
Scroll up, nope, go to that one you had right there. Scroll all the way up, right there, stop. Oh, down a little bit. See how there's no set aside on this one? That one means it's like unrestricted potentially. If there's a set aside right there, and let's say it says service disabled veteran owned small business. If you are a service disabled veteran owned small business, anyone that you hire needs to be service disabled veteran owned small business, or it counts against that far part that he's getting ready to pull up. So any money that you pay to a sub that is not similarly situated. So you'll see right there, ⴜ
You doing the government talk. Oh, I got you. ⴜ got it. I'm like, what does ⴜ mean? I'm like, what is that? I got you. I'm following. I'm tracking.
No, you're good. And then you'll look at that last 4 words of that first sentence on 1.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Nope. Oh, the first sentence. The first sentence.
The first sentence right here. Yep.
Keep going. Yep. At the very end, are not similarly situated entities. Right. So that means if the government gives you $200, you can't pay $101 to a company that's not similarly situated, aka it couldn't be a service disabled veteran owned small business. Now, if they are, you're fine. You can pay them any amount of money, unless they turn around and sub out more work, which what it goes on to speak on that second and third sentence. So as long as you're going to the same type of set aside, you're fine. That's why I tell people, go with a small business set aside. You're automatically registered as a small business when you register in SAM.gov in good faith, unless your records show otherwise, right? Total small business. And 90%, 95% of companies are going to be a small business.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I know people are chatting. I want to make it very plain for you guys as well. Like what Curbs is saying is like a lot of people say, well, what's the 51%, and they don't really understand. That's why I know we're giving you guys a lot of technical right now because we got to give you guys the technical. But understand that the way I teach government contracting, now I'm giving you guys my secrets away. I'm giving it away. Is that either this is blank, meaning there's nothing here, as Curbs said for the first one, is blank. That means anybody can bid on it. That whole 51's it doesn't apply. It's not for service disabled veteran owned. It's not for Native American. It doesn't say women owned. It doesn't say ⴜ And I would tell you, I mean, personally, Curbs, I believe blank or total small business is probably like 95% of SAM.gov. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yep, I would say you're right. But I do want to address this real quick, not to call him out, but Ryan Perkins says, I believe the government views small business less than 1,500 employees as small business. It's not true. It's based, nope. So it's based off of NAICS code. Every NAICS code has a different size standard. Yep. So if you are on Google, go to SBA table of size standard, type in the NAICS code for that solicitation, and then you can look up that size standard. For janitorial, for example, janitorial contracts, you can make $22 million a year and still be a small business up to the government. Some NAICS codes are a number of employees, 700, 150, 200, 3, like, right? So there's not a standard for NAICS codes and or whether it's employees or dollar value. You actually have to go look up each NAICS code and figure out what the table of size standard is for them.
Yep. Okay. What about when you say, I know I said it, but when it comes to like their address, because a lot of people are stuck on like, hey, Wes, I want to go use a Regis address, or I want to go use a virtual address, or I want to go use a PO box for my address. Why can't you do that?
So it needs to be a physical address, and this is a requirement of SAM.gov. So like the Air Force, the Navy, the Army, right? We did not require that. That is a SAM.gov requirement in order to register, and that is so when they look up your entity, they can verify all the information. And there's a lot of back and forth, especially during COVID times when everyone was using virtual addresses, and it has thrown a lot of people off. I can't speak to the exact reason why you can't, only I just know that SAM.gov requires a physical address, and they will kick things back if your LLC is registered with a virtual address and they go to register you in SAM.gov. It will actually not link up, and they'll kick it back saying, hey, we could not register your account because we noticed on file was a virtual address.
I think we got somebody unmuted. Maybe not. Can't find them. Yeah, make sure you mute yourself, guys. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
You can use your home address. Let's be honest. Like, let's call a spade here. You're working with Uncle Sam. Like, if you don't think we know where you're at, I got bad news for you.
Yeah, and that, honestly, thank you for saying that. And I think a lot of people think of maybe the privacy concerns, and I was like you said, like, come on now. And a lot of people are in the whole credit deal. Like, people think like, oh, I've heard the bill credit, I got to go do all these plays. listen, and again, I'm not knocking the credit building people, gurus. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying if you want to be registered on SAM.gov, you ain't doing that. You got to just use your home physical address. I promise you can still build your business credit with your physical address. Yes, the big boys and credit gurus will tell you, well, if you want to start getting, $500,000 credit lines, you got to use a real business address. I'm like, okay, all right, calm down. We're not there yet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, y'all. Just use your home address, get your business started, start making some money. Don't think those big pictures yet. You'll get there. All right.
There's one I want to answer that I think is really important.
Go for it, bro. Just go for it. What you got?
It's from Sabrina Jones. I've seen her ask this twice. How do you fund your bids? Wes, can you be honest with me? Have you ever had to pay out of pocket up front for any bid that you've ever submitted?
Very rarely, but yes, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
But they were probably for products, right?
Yeah, for products. Yeah.
Yeah. If you do a service, you should never pay. Imagine someone mows your grass. Before they mow your grass, do you pay them? No, you're going to pay them after they cut your grass. Same principle. The government wants a service. Once we get our service, you're going to invoice us. We're going to pay you. Whatever sub that you hire, they're going to provide you a service, send you an invoice. Then invoice is probably going to be like, hey, you must pay within the next 30 days, or you have to pay whatever. Net 30 is the standard when working with the government. You're going to provide us a service. We're going to pay you. And then you turn around and pay your sub.
Yep. And I like to say to my sub, we're doing government contracting. I'm on net 30. You're on net 30. And people say, well, Wesley, will the sub take net 30? Y'all, you got to remember, this is business to business. This isn't business. This isn't your personal landscaper. This isn't your personal plumber that come out of your house and got to fix your sink. This is business B2B. This is business to business. Net 10, net 15, net 30, net 60. Those are terms that exist in business. So people say, well, how do I convince a company to do net 30? I'm like, I don't convince anyone to do net 30. Do you do net 30 or not? So do you do? I'm sorry. I'm going to pay. We pay net 30. Is that cool? Cool. Oh, it's not cool. You don't do net 30. Okay, cool. Have a good day. I'm gonna go to the next sub.
Yep.
So if you guys, yeah, right. Am I right? So like, if you're worried about the funding and the money part, like Ʀᴏ just said, work with subs that agree to net 30. That's what I did when I first got started. And I even still now, I mean, typically I'm a little lax a little bit now, because I can fund a little bit things. I can fund a little bit now. And that's why, like what Ʀᴏ asked about the products, we've had students win a product for baby bottles. It was for $100,000 worth of baby bottles. And as you found out from the sub, we need half the money to place the order, and we need the other half to ship the order. That means they wanted their full 80 grand before the order even shipped. You get what I'm saying? And she like, I don't got 80 grand laying around. I say, okay, well, you ain't got $100,000 contract. like you have to have 80 grand. So when it comes to product, and again, it's not always like that. When you guys get into the training, we'll tell you there's net 30 accounts, there's Granger, there's ways to work around net 30 with products. But I will say, like Ʀᴏ just said, just start with service-based contracts, follow a proven system, and you'll be fine.
Oh no.
What?
My Eagles lost.
They lost?
To the Jets, 14-20.
To the yikes.
Time. All right, guys.
All right, have a good night.
Time to go.
Well, my Browns beat the undefeated 49ers today, so go Browns. But
man. But on a serious note, so one of the things I want to tell people is I actually was on my live last night. This process, reading, once you read and get the understanding of the solicitations down, it's not hard. The learning how to read through the solicitations and getting that part underneath your belt and understanding how to read the acquisition.gov like terms and conditions, that's the hardest part. Finding the people, finding the companies in the area that do the work, finding the bids, that's cake. Mm-hmm. And everyone asks, well, how do you find contractors that are willing to do net 30 days? Odds are, if that contractor is near the base or near the installation that you're getting work done, they're used to doing that type of work in that area for the government, because that base has been around for tons of years. So their company is used to working on a net 30 with the local community, which includes the base. You're not going to be surprising them with a net 30 request. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, man, any other questions jump out to you? What I want to do now, I want to switch gears and hop on sam.gov and show them some stuff. Unless you got any other questions that pop out to you.
I know you guys got tons of questions. We're gonna do our best. We gonna, I don't know what pops out to you.
Just well, so if you want to give a selfless plug to my TikTok when you get
I'll pull it up.
So I have ways to search sam.gov on there. I have one YouTube video now up there.
You got a YouTube channel now?
I created it I may or may not have been partaking. It was like, I'll put this. I had like a 2-hour live session that I put up on YouTube because I went through a walkthrough.
Okay.
It says right here now, people keep asking this. It says like, which NAICS code do I register with? Whatever one the solicit, you can have multiple NAICS codes on your SAM registration. Multiple NAICS codes. Man, so, are there no pinned videos? Where are those pinned ones at?
I'm on my computer, so it might not put the
right there. Like, see that the fourth one?
This one right here?
Yeah. That's like, so that one right there, like you obviously have to type it. I couldn't get it to link, but that's a YouTube video walkthrough of an RFQ.
Okay.
I go live every once in a while and show people how to do things. Basically the same way you do things, man.
Awesome, man. Hey, I love it, man. Hey, check my guy out, guys. Poor Bruno. He's giving out the game, contracting officer. Follow him on TikTok. Go to his YouTube channel. 100%, bro. 100%.
All right, man. I gotta get out here, take the little one to school, man.
All right, man. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate you.
Later, brother.
Later. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So that's why I usually have him talk near the end. We answer questions. So there will be more time for the end. I got to get you guys some information, right? But there will be more time for questions, so I'll do my best. Just let me get some information to you guys. I see you guys are dropping questions like crazy. And I know there's like almost 200 people here. I know we're going to do our best to answer as many questions as I can. So let me see something here. Let me do this real quick. All right, I want to give you guys the next 3 steps. So I gave you guys the steps of how to get registered on sam.gov. I gave you that. Remember, LLC, EIN number, register on sam.gov. I gave you guys like the 4 or 5 things you don't need. The business bank account, the DUNS number, the capability statement, the website, experience. You're like, you don't need experience? You don't need experience. You don't need to have to know how to clean a chimney to win a chimney cleaning contract. And some of y'all should be happy about it. Put a smiley face in the chat if this is you. You don't have to know how to do landscaping to win a landscaping contract. If you guys know my story, you don't have to be Catholic to win a Catholic contract for Catholic service in the federal prison. By the way, that was my first contract. You can follow that on YouTube. So I'm gonna show you guys. So sam.gov, let's do it real quick. If you're able to follow along, and by the way, guys, this will be on YouTube, so you can watch the replay. But if you're able to follow along, you got another computer, sam.gov, and watch this. I did it real quick. Y'all might have missed it. Watch this. I did it real quick. Notice what I just did. I did not log in. Some people are like, I haven't searched the site yet, Wes, because I don't have a login. You do not need to log in to see this. This is free information. Click on search. Boom, I'm where I need to be. I did not log in. You do not need to log in. Over here on the left, let's go to contract opportunities. Boom. And let's see what was posted today. We're going to hit exact phrase. Boom. Now we see 38,000 opportunities were posted today. Wow. There we go. That's how you pull them up. I know I did it so quick. Some of y'all like, wait, who put a 2 in the chat? You want me to do it again? Was that too quick? I see the 2. I'm gonna do it one more time, real quick. Sam.gov. I'm gonna give you a bonus one here too. Search. Click on contract opportunities. Don't forget to hit contract opportunities. And then down here, if you want to see what's posted today, hit exact phrase, 38,000. Now, I'm going to show you one more bonus one. Let me show you a bonus. If you want to see everything on sam.gov, because what about yesterday? What about last week? If it's 38,000 today, how many got posted last week? Watch this. Click on search. Click on contract opportunities. Now, this time, instead of hitting exact phrase, come down here and click inactive. I know a lot of y'all gonna say, why do you click inactive, Wes? It's just the way it works. You see actives already checked, but nothing's popped up. Watch what happens when I hit inactive. Boom. Look how many results we got now. 4.7 million. Now, obviously, we got 4.7 million results because as you can see right here, this first one is inactive. Should you work in active contracts? No, it's inactive. But if you want to be able to see everything on sam.gov and just start sorting from here, this is a good way to do it. Just go to the website, make sure both these boxes are checked, contract opportunities is checked, and boom, start going through it. Start looking for opportunities to bid on. Now, I know some of you guys don't know what to bid on. Me and Curbs kind of just told you guys that you want to do service-based contracts. Let me pull up one, for example. Let me do, I have some pulled up for anybody in Atlanta. I just got back from Atlanta yesterday. Anyone in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, you can go for this one. Well, it's due tomorrow. But anyway, I want to make it very clear. So when you're on sam.gov and you're going through this list, you're reading the title. Look at this one right here. Replace carpeting. You're reading the title. Just read the title. Find ones that are, look at this, shredding services is due October 30th. You're looking for stuff that it's a service, it's not due yet. That means you see it's October 30th. We still got time. And that's what you want to work on. So I'm just, for sake of time, I just put up this one, for example. So we got moving services in Atlanta, Georgia. I promise y'all this is, now the next step is, that's okay. Here again, I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. Step one, make a list. Step one. I know I've given you guys a lot of steps, but this is the last of the steps. Step one, make a list. So as you can see, I already have some on my screen that I'm currently working. I'm currently working these bad boys. So I'm giving you guys ones that I was actually going to submit a bid for this. Well, I still might, depending on time. But this is Atlanta, right? Because I was just in Atlanta. So step one, make a list. Step two, find the sub. So when you actually click on one and you see, okay, it's Atlanta, Georgia. It's for moving services. Okay. It's a total small business set aside. Cool. It's not for veteran only because I'm not a veteran. It's not for women. I'm not a woman. It's for total small business. If you are registered on sam.gov, you are a total small business. You're good to go. Okay. So boom, we're good to go. All this other stuff, don't worry about this. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. We'll get to it. We won't get to it all tonight. You have to, definitely join the 5-day. We'll go more detail. But long story short, the first thing I would literally do is I will go over to Google, my good friend Google, and I will put moving. Let's just put moving. I don't know, moving companies. Yeah, moving companies. I'll put Atlanta, Georgia, and then I will go to maps. And this is how I do every contract. People say, Wesley, how do you find your subs? Put it in the chat. How long did it take me to find moving companies in Atlanta? How long did that take me to do? About 2 seconds, right? I promise you, if you missed it, that's exactly what we do. And what I teach is type in the name of the city or the zip code. Type in what you're looking for. Is it landscaping? Put in landscaping. If it's trucking, put in trucking. If it's Catholic service, put in Catholic churches. Boom. Now we got all these companies in Atlanta that actually do moving. I'm telling y'all. So step two was to find your sub and get a quote. So step one was make a list. Step one is make a list. Someone said, what happens if the sub defaults? What do you mean by sub defaults? Remember, you don't pay the sub. Remember, guys, we don't pay these companies. I'm not going to pay 2 men in a truck until they move the stuff. And it is on net 30. So if they don't show up and move the truck, I just fire them and I go hire another company. It's not a big deal. So, and that's a good question. If you don't know this, when you win a government contract, you got to remember you are the prime. Is your government contract. You just so happen to partner with 2 men in the truck. But let's say, it's the day before the move. 2 men in the truck call you up. Hey, we swamped. We can't do it anymore. We're booked out for another month. Then something came up. My drivers got sick. We can't do it. Okay, cool. You got 2 options. A, let the government know you can't do the move and let the contract go, move on, which is not a big deal. Or B, call another company and say, can you do the move? I need you to be at this price. At that point, you're not even trying to get a quote. You already won the contract. If you got it, say I got it. I know y'all got a lot of questions. If you got it, say I got it. I'm gonna y'all ain't heard step 3 yet. People talking about past performance. Listen, you ain't even heard step 3. Slow down. Just listen. Sometimes y'all just gotta listen. Listen, Linda, listen. All right, so call the company, get the quote. I love mom and pop companies, y'all. I like this company right here. I would call them in a heartbeat. I'd be like, yo, What's up, man? Y'all, I see you, your girl out there doing moving. Listen, I got a government contract I'm working on. Listen, I need a quote for moving. The government need to move all these tables and chairs. They need to move all these different things. Hey, can you give me a quote on this so I can get this moved together? If some of y'all just missed it, that's my phone call. Can you give me? I need to get a quote together. Can you put me a quote together? They be like, what they need? I'm gonna send you what they need, and I'll find the document right here, performance word statement. I'll find the document and I'll send it to them. I'm not the whole thing. Don't send them the whole thing now. Hold up. Let me teach y'all the right way. Don't go out there and send them this whole 22-page document. Just send them what they need to move. Right here, we got copiers. We got conference room. We got copier room. Send them what they need to give you. Look at this. I promise you guys, the government Barneyfies it so much. The government says the things that are highlighted in yellow, we want you to move. Chairs, tables, copiers, move it from this room or this building to this building. I promise y'all can outsource this and pay them on that 30. All right, so step 3, could we run out of time? Step 3, you now got the quote. The moving company said, we can do the whole move, Wes. It's going to be $20,000. Okay, bet. Now it's time to submit a proposal. Now watch this. If you're taking notes, step 3, write it down. Step 3. Who here wants to submit a proposal? Yes? I see you, Robin. Wake up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding with you. You want to submit a proposal. So listen, I know I'm talking fast, but I promise you it's simple. To submit a proposal, you need 3 things. Write it down. I know you think 3 is like the most common thing I keep saying. I realize that now. You need to know the price. So you need to get a price from that sub. So you got a price for 20 grand. You need past performance. So you need to know, like, what's your experience? Like the government said, when you submit a proposal, they want you to submit 3 things. What's your price? What's your past performance? And give us a technical description. Like, how are you actually going to do the move? How are you going to coordinate it? Now, let me ask you guys all a question. Let's say your company is based in Texas. You live in Texas. You've never been to Minnesota. Let me ask you a question. Can you win a government contract for snow removal in Minnesota and you don't live there and you've never done it before? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Can you win a government contract for snow removal in Minnesota? Go. Everyone says yes. Everyone follow me. The reason you can is because, yes, the government allows us to assume, write this down. The government allows us to assume the past performance of the sub. So what does that mean? That means when I submit my proposal, my sub told me 20K, I'm charging the government 40 off the bat, double, triple. That's what we do. I'm charging 40. Boom. The government says, give me past performance. Hey, sub, Tom, what's your experience? They say, here's our resume, here's our experience. Boom, I'm giving that to the government. The government says, technically, how you gonna do the move? I'm gonna call my sub. Hey, so how you gonna go about doing this move? You gonna, the truck gonna show up at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. How you gonna do the move? Boom, they give me that information. Now let me ask you guys a question. The sub gave me the price, the past performance, the technical, and then I gave it to the government, put my money on top. Out of that proposal writing, people say I need a proposal writer. Out of that proposal writing, what did I write? I ain't write nothing. And this is gonna blow y'all mind. Put a mind blown emoji in the chat. We don't write proposals. People are like, well, if I just knew how to write a proposal, I'll be good. I've never wrote a proposal. We don't need to write a proposal. You collect information from your sub. You send it in. I'm gonna give you guys the last part. Now we got a few minutes for questions. The last part right here, it says Fred Riley. This is the CO. So this is like someone like Curbs, like Jonathan. I would go ahead and put an email together, open up your email, sign the document the government gives you. It's not that hard. We'll talk about it in the 5-day. Sign the document the government gives you. Give the government the 3 pieces of information they asked for, and then press send on the email. You just sent in a proposal. Congratulations. Now, I know I gave you guys a lot of information. But I promise you, those are the 3 steps to get started. Now, you got choices in life. Obviously you got to figure out how you're going to do this. I don't know, Stacey, if you're there, Stacey, can you drop the link in the chat for the 5-day? If you're not familiar, guys, I got to do my little stuff. I got to plug my 5-day, but we are going to do some Q&A here in a second. But if you're not signed up for my 5-day challenge, what I'm doing starting tomorrow, what I'm doing is I'm doing a 5-day challenge in which I'm going to guarantee you're going to submit your first proposal. I know you guys might have heard me say it before. The average company takes 2 or 3 years to finally win a government contract because they just don't post or submit proposals. Over the next 5 days, it's $97 for general admission. If you want to sign up, cool. $397 for VIP. But over the next 5 days, an hour a day from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time for general admission, 11 to 1 for VIP. For an hour or 2 hours a day, I'm going to walk you through every step of the process of submitting. Now, again, I've given you guys enough information to go. Don't get me wrong. You have the whole game plan tonight. And I know you're like, what's I didn't see the form. I didn't see this. I can see that. Just start doing it because you can still do it now. Like, you know, I'm just saying, if you want my assistance, come on over to the 5-day. Again, that's 5daymiddleman.com. And I'm going to answer some questions here. Let me put it up on the screen. Man, we're running run out of time. We're running out of time. But I'm going to try to do it real quick. So 5daymiddleman, 5daymiddleman.com. And if you're not following me on YouTube, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but a lot of the success stories of my students who are making 6 figures, 7 figures a year, you can find on my YouTube channel. All right, real quick, raise your hand, like your digital hand. If you don't know how to do it, just do your best. Raise your digital hand real quick. I'm going to try to take rapid fire. I'm going to take some questions real quick. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Williams, take it away. What's your question? One question, y'all. One question. Williams, what's your question?
Benicia Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Wes. So my biggest issue, it's finding the distributor and manufacturer. I run into those who have the case code already on their website, or I'm running into someone who wants me to give them the solicitation and then not respond back to me. That is my biggest issue and frustrating. So how can I conquer that?
Yeah, so the way I would say to conquer that is to think about it like this. There's so many opportunities out there. Don't think like, oh, okay, I got one, it's mine. Like, nah, I will go to Google, like I just said, pull up a sub. And you said distributor. I don't know what you mean by this. You looking for someone to make something for you?
Well,
are you talking about just a sub?
Just in general, you know, so they're not responding back to me. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, no, sorry, you good. Let me just give you the general answer. So the general answer is, you know, find the sub on Google, reach out to the sub, ask them for a quote. Now, when you say they got a cage number on their website, move on. As soon as I see they got a cage number, they don't, like most of the subs I work with, 99% of them are not on SAM.gov. And some people don't know that. I know you know that, but like your sub does not have to be on SAM.gov. You have to be on SAM.gov. So if your sub's on SAM.gov, they don't need you. So move on. Go to the next sub. That's why I said when I see a picture of a family or total small business or whatever like that, those are like my ideal subs because they don't know about government contracting and I'm bringing them work. So like a lot of times I get quotes back easily because of who I'm selecting. And again, I don't know until you call, but I would do that. That makes sense? And I got to keep moving, but that makes sense. That help you a little bit?
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Ms. Robin, take it away.
Hello, Wes.
Yes. We got Ms. Robin next. What's up, Edward?
Oh, yeah. I just want to know the timing for tomorrow. I mean, from Monday to Friday, is it going to be 12 p.m. till, is that an hour thing or 2 hours?
Yeah, it's an hour a day. So 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 1 hour a day if you do the general admission. 5daymiddleman.com. If you do the VIP, if you guys like this, this call, I know I'm trying to, interact with you guys now, but if you guys like this call, the VIP has this an hour every day. I think we got like 30 or 40 people. So everyone gets to ask questions. We get to have a communication. So if you want to hop on a call with me every day this week, Monday through Friday for 1 hour every day, ask as many questions you want, then go ahead and get the VIP. If you want to just hop on and just watch me teach 1 hour a day, then get the general admission. But the only way to ask me questions during the challenge is that VIP. Ms. Robin, take it away. Ms. Robin Morris.
Yes. Hi. I just got my cage code on Friday, and yes, thank you, because it was very tedious, that cage code process. I'm trying to submit. Everyone that I've been picking on is a RFQ. So is there a certain way am I supposed to submit this to the contracting officer, and then the contracting officer that I just recently reached out to and asked some questions, they didn't respond. So can you just answer that for me?
They don't respond. It's all good. you need to write this down. Instructions to offerers. Do you know what that is? No. Okay. That's what you need to, this is your homework. Go to the opportunities that you're looking at and look for the instructions to offerers section. That section, can we find that person in mute? That section is going to tell you what to submit. And I promise you, I know I just told you, I promise you, 95% of the time, it's going to say, fill out the pricing sheet and give us the price. Give us a copy of your past performance and give us a technical. I just told you what to submit. Like, you don't, honestly, if you just submitted that, you 99% of the time, you probably be right. You probably be fine. But if you go read that instructions to offers, you can guarantee some stuff. Because sometimes the government say, well, we want a copy of insurance. We want, it might be some weird things out there that they want, or we want it in 10 page, font. 10 pages, 12-point font. So it might be some exact instructions you might want to look at. But for you, pull up your opportunity, find instructions to offers, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wes, this is Sherry Evans. Can I hop in and ask one quick question?
Where you at? Go for it.
I accidentally forgot to put some pricing in an RFI. It is no longer posted. What do you recommend that I do? Should I wait for an RFP to come out, or RFQ? I've tried to get back in there to see if I can find a contact agent, and just like I said, all the information is gone, and I'm really trying to be proactive about this piece.
How did you submit it? You submitted it via email, correct?
No, I submitted it on Unison Marketplace.
Yeah. So here's my thing about Unison Marketplace. I don't use it. Nothing wrong with it. Well, there's something wrong with it, but I don't use Unison Marketplace. I don't use Dibs, only because it's like a reverse auction bidding site. And my mentor who told me this is like, it's not worth our time. So I personally don't use it. And because when you go to Unison Marketplace on a solicitation, there is no CO attached. There's nobody to talk to.
Right.
If you were on sam.gov, it would be like, it would just say Unison Marketplace. So I personally don't do it. I don't do it that way. So, I mean, yeah, so that's the answer.
All righty. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. M. Taylor, we're going to take a few more questions and y'all, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. M. Taylor, take it away.
Yeah. So, quick question. If I have a contract that I'm trying to pay out on, doesn't matter the price, but how do I pay my subs? Is it ACH or send them a check through the mail? Like, how do you actually pay these guys appropriately?
Great question. The answer is ask them how they want to be paid. I don't create any payment ways. I called my sub up. We're doing work. Hey, how should I pay you? Oh, click my link and go here and pay here. Okay, bet. How should I pay you? Oh, send us a check. Go get a check and then send us a check in the mail. Okay, do that. So I personally, and this is why I learned from my mentor, Jason White, who taught me, it's like, don't go out there and create a way to pay people. Just ask a sub how they want to be paid and then pay them.
Terrific.
That makes sense? All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna take these last 4 questions and we're done. Pito Dasi?
Yeah, that's right. How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right. So I have a question. I bid it on a state contract and I was the only one that bid it correctly. And then the contracting officer sent me a letter saying that the contract ended up being removed because of Comar 21. They gave me some type of numbers, and then I looked it up and it said it was removed basically because the price all otherwise acceptable bids or proposals received are at an unreasonable price. And I just wanted to know, what should I do moving forward? Should I contact the CO or what do you suggest?
Well, good. I'm glad you asked that question. First, choose one to focus on. I only do federal. SAM.gov is federal, period, point blank. And again, I don't say that to say that federal is better or easier. Some people say, oh, federal is easy. No, state's easy. No, federal is easy. No, it doesn't matter. Some people think state's easy. Some people think it's federal easy. Just choose one. So if you're going to do state, do state. The language you're speaking of, I kind of understand it because I've been government contracting, but I don't do state. So I don't want to, steer you the wrong way. But I know, like, even my local area, there was a government contract to fix an off-ramp on the highway. One company submitted a proposal. The one company said, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like 4.5 million or I think it might have been $450,000 to fix this ramp when you get off the highway. That's what the company said they're gonna do. $450,000. The government or the local state government said, no, we ain't gonna do it because our market research says this should cost anywhere between 100 and 200,000. And then it was all over the news because the reason they want to fix that off ramp is because cars keep getting off the highway. This is my local area. They get off the highway and run into the houses. Like 5 cars have run into the houses off that highway over the last 5 years. So the residents are mad, like, yo, can y'all fix the highway? And the state's like, well, no, we only got one bid. It was not what we wanted to be in our price, what you just said, and we're not going to fix it. So now that highway still not going to be fixed. That's how state rolls. So it is what it is. It ain't going to be done. So like you saying, like, should I go to the CEO and do this? No, there's nothing to do. The government said they want to spend state level. They want to spend this much money. You had this much money. They're not doing it. So
Appreciate it.
Can I ask a question?
Hold
because
on.
I just joined. It says 7, and this is 7 in my area. Are you guys done, or what is going on?
Yeah, you got to catch the time zone, man. We started an hour ago. You guys got the time zone.
Oh,
Listen,
my goodness.
the replay is going to be on YouTube. The replay is going to be on YouTube, so don't worry. I would tell you to watch the replay. Are you signed up for the 5-day?
I did that last week, but
Okay.
my problem is that I was going through some stuff. I lost my sister and some other stuff. So I could not concentrate on the whole thing. So now I wanted to watch it when I'm a little bit settled, but I couldn't find it. I just sent you an email last night. I don't know if you see my email. So
Okay.
how can I get it?
We'll get. Wait, so you signed up for the one that starts tomorrow?
The one that just finished on the, is it 5th or I don't know when it.
Okay, so you were in the last challenge. You had a
Right.
family emergency. You couldn't catch it.
Right.
We will get it to you. I always tell people, like, we
Thank
will get it to you. I understand.
Okay.
Life happens.
All right.
My team will get back with you. We'll get it to you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I sent you an email. I don't know if you're going to receive it or it's your team that will receive it.
It's my team that will see it. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just so you guys know, like, I know life happens. So,
Okay.
things
All
happen.
right.
So we'll give you
Thank
the
you.
replays. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. All right, guys, for sake of time, I'm going to take 2 more. So I'm going to go William and Sabrina, and then we're going to get out of here. Take it away, William. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You gonna get it. You gonna figure it out. There it is.
Yeah. I have 2 questions.
I got time for one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I got time for one.
If I think I got you, and then I got a call. Somebody called me, and then he spoke to me everything, and I am planning to get into your mentorship.
I got you.
Yeah. So do I have to get into the 5-day challenge if I get into your mentorship?
No, good question. If you guys want to just join my mentorship, you can just book a call and join the mentorship. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Sabrina, what's up?
Hi, good evening, Wes. I just want to first say thank you so much for doing this and sharing your time. You answered a lot of my questions already. I just had one question. I think somebody else in the chat had the same question. In terms of like hiring like the subs, what paperwork would we sign with them in the process, or would it just be normal as if I was just hiring them for a job? Is it something in particular I need to sign with them or get them to sign when I do hire them?
Good question. So just to clarify the language, like I say this first, I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, so do not take legal advice from me. But to clarify some things, I don't hire anybody. My subs, they're a business. We're partner on a government contract, or I'm expensing out my cost to them, but they don't work for me. I don't send them a W-2. I don't send them a 1099. Like, they're not employed by me. So what I do, guys, and again, I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, but I'm gonna give y'all the game. I put in a service agreement together with my sub. So I go to Law Depot. You can get a free account. I think it's free for like the first day or two. Then you got to pay for it. But I go to Law Depot. I put in service agreement, and I put that in between me and my sub when we start. What's in that service agreement? I'm glad you asked. Two things: the scope of work of what they are going to do, and when and how much you're going to pay them. Period. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, but that's what you need to have signed. What are they going to do? How much are you going to pay them? And when are you going to pay them? Net 30. Get that signed. When you win the contract, you're good to go.
I know you gotta go.
What's up?
I know you have to leave, but I have a question. I did my LLC everything, but when I did the SAM entity, I use a virtual. I got a rejection. Can I just upload my my home stuff to them with utility, and that would be fine, or should I delete it and start over again?
That's a great question. So I know I said earlier, again, like don't use virtual address. So my question to you is, your LLC is registered at a virtual address, correct?
Yes.
So here it is for everyone who, because I know a lot of people fall in this scenario, and that's why I do these free trainings, because I want to help people. You got two options. You got two options. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Option number one. Go to your local Secretary of State, pay the fee and the paperwork to change your address to your home address. Go to irs.gov, pay the fee or get with the IRS to change your EIN number to your home address. And now everything is linked to your home address, and then retry that with sam.gov. That's option number one. That's going to take time. Option number two, take the next 24 hours to 48 hours to open up a brand new LLC, do it right the first way, and boom, you good to go. You can be registered on sam.gov by, Wednesday. Those are your options.
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you.
No problem. Emmanuel, I saw your hand up, so I want to leave you hanging, man. What's your question, bro? And then we out. I don't want to leave you hanging.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. By the way, man, awesome webinar. I really appreciate it. Some really good information. So pretty much my question is, when you have a sub and you get in contact with the government contract, do you tell the government contract you're using a sub?
I don't, but it doesn't matter. Here's the thing is, I have, like, sometimes the government will tell me, like, I want a dry cleaning contract. And the government said, are you subbing this out? Yes. And the government said, great, please give us your service agreement between you and your sub. I said, here's my signed service agreement. I won the contract. So nothing wrong. But like, do I just like, hey, government, I'm doing this. I don't do that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with telling them.
All right, great. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Great question. All right. Sorry, I couldn't get all your guys' questions. I mean, we got, over 150 people in here. We had, I think, 300 people registered. So listen, guys, I promise you this, I got to say this and then we out. I mean, you got two choices in life. You got time and money, right? We want to win a government contract, but you got to invest one or the other, time or money. If you ain't got the money to invest in mentorship or coaching or training, then you got to invest time. Okay. If you got the money, then you invest the money and you cut down on the time. So that's just the way life works. So if you guys want to cut down on the time and you want me to answer your questions all week long, and you want to at least get started and submit a proposal, remember this week, this 5-day challenge that starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time for my VIPs, this is for people to cut down on the time to understand how to do this. So if you got more questions, you want to hang out with me all week, I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Go to 5daymiddleman.com, and that's where we'll do that. Stacia, anything you want to say? I'm out. We out.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Awesome. I have a question real quick about the 5-day challenge. I work during those hours, so if I do pay the $97, will I be able to get the playback? Or
there's a replay up until Tuesday the next week. So it's live training. So when I'm done teaching at 1, boom, you have the replay. You can watch it all night long. You can watch it all week. Tuesday,
cool.
Same, Wednesday, same, Thursday. But Tuesday of next week, it comes down. I'm glad you asked this question. I want to be very clear with you guys. I don't sell a course. If I sold a course, it'd be probably like $4, $5, $6 grand. This is not a course. This is a challenge. So because it's a challenge, don't think, oh, I'm buying this course, I'm gonna have this forever for $97. No. It's a challenge. I'm challenging you to submit a proposal in 5 days or less. The average company takes 2 to 3 years to do that. We are going to do it in 5 days or less. So that I'm glad you asked that question. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll see y'all in the morning.